Video a while ago about failure here in the Philippines. How guys end up being a failure, going home, with their tail between their legs and going back to their mother country, their home country, even to their mom, of course, because they failed here in the Philippines or wherever they go. But what about the winners? How can you be a winner here in the Philippines? How can you have success in your retirement, success with everything you do here in the Philippines, and end up being a happy expat, somebody who has succeeded, who can say, winning, just like Charlie Sheen used to say, I'm winning here, living the 5-star lifestyle. Nah, it's more like a 3-star, but still, it's a lot better than some of us had back home. So let's go over some of the points that are going to make you a successful expat. The 3 big points that are going to lead to your success here are relationships, the community you build, and living within your means. And what do I mean by the relationship, community, and living within your means? Well, we all know a happy relationship leads to a happy life. The old saying, happy wife, happy life. Well, here, a happy relationship is a happy expat. You don't have to worry about a lot of things if you're in a good relationship, somewhere where you build a lot of trust with that girl or whoever your relationship is with. If you're a female coming over here and you find yourself a nice Filipino man or a foreigner from a different country, and you settle together here and you have a strong bond, a bond with trust in that relationship, love. When you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, love is sort of like out of the equation. I do love my wife. I've grown to love her even more. But when we first get here, are we looking for love, or are we looking for something convenient, something where both parties are happy? And that's a transactional relationship. I know a lot of guys are going to say that, but in a transactional relationship, you end up being very happy. You get what you want. And I'm not saying you're paying thousands of dollars every month to somebody, but you're paying the bills, and that's probably what you were looking for when you came here to the Philippines. You were looking for a girl that you could settle down with, somebody from the province, somebody who had those traditional values. I was talking to a couple bloggers just the other day, and that's what they're looking for. They've been in the big city. They've been in Cebu and in Manila. They've been to Bangkok. They've been doing a lot of traveling around Southeast Asia. But they're looking for that simple girl, a girl with simple values, simple taste, just wants to be happy. Somebody who you can improve the quality of their life is somebody who's going to make you happy, so you become a successful expat in the Philippines. You don't want to be with somebody who's going to make you miserable, going to be demanding things from you that, 1, you don't want to do, and 2, you can't afford to do. So just like in that one skit with Smart Girl Philippines, I stole that from her. How much is the cost of a good girlfriend, somebody you can be happy with? And she had the boards, $40 for a dating app, $500 for a one-way plane ticket, $80 for a hotel room, and on and on and on with all the costs. The final cost was a new house, 1.5 million pesos. Well, you don't have to do all that to have a good girlfriend, a good wife, a good partner. Once you meet that girl, no matter how you met her, I hope you strive and the relationship grows and you learn each other and that relationship becomes strong and bonding. So let's get back to the point when you first get here. What is going to cause you to be a successful expat? You don't want to be one of those expats that leave here broke, bitter, and heartbroken. You want to be one of those expats that live here happy. And the first thing you have to do is have a good mental state. Know exactly what you're coming here for. If you're coming here to live your old age, say you're 75, 80 and your health is diminishing, and you're coming here because you just want to be happy in your life. You want to relax. You don't want the stress. And you want to enjoy the final few years of your life. If it's 2 years, 10 years, or 30 years, you want to enjoy that. And you come here, you have a budget, you live within your means, and you enjoy your life. Mentally, are you prepared to leave your family when you come here? And a lot of guys talk about that. It's hard to leave your grandkids. It's hard to leave your parents. And that's the number one reason a lot of guys don't come here, is because the family issues back home. Your parents are still alive, or your kids are still going to school, and things happen, and life just goes on, and it takes your dream retirement away from you, and you end up staying home. But family is a big concern. You have to make sure you're mentally ready to come here, that you're free of guilt, that you can come here and relax and enjoy yourself without any guilt of what you left behind in the States. You also come here because of the lifestyle. There's a certain style of life you want. If it's a beach bum style where you're living close to the beach and you're walking on the beach every day and you swim in the ocean every day, and that's the lifestyle you want, and you're not worried about going to the big malls and department stores and having all the restaurants and conveniences of a Western lifestyle, you can come here and do that. But you need to know the lifestyle you want. If you're missing dating women, like I was for 10, 15 years, I really wasn't dating much. I didn't have a girlfriend. And I came here to the Philippines with the hopes that I could find a girl to live with me, and to live with me for the rest of my life. That's the lifestyle I wanted. I wanted small town living. I wanted a peaceful life. I wanted my Western lifestyle here in the Philippines at a fraction of the cost. And that gets me to cost of living. Cost of living is something else that will help you have a great retirement here in the Philippines. You have to live within your means. If it's $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, or $8,000 a month, whatever it is, you need to find a place to live that's going to be within your means. It's going to keep you happy, because you lose that financial stress and that financial headache. So let's all hope you can find the lifestyle you're looking for, the cost of living that will fit that lifestyle. And also, you're coming here for some adventure, the love of adventure. Are you one of these guys who like to hike? Are you one of these guys who like to go from town to town? If you come here early enough before you lose your health, you can go around and travel and just enjoy your life and have adventure. There's no one way to enjoy retirement here for everybody. It is not one size fits all. Everybody has a different idea of what they want. If we're physically challenged, if our health is bad, of course, we want a good companion to take care of us. But if we're healthy and we want to wander around the islands and we want to explore things and we want to travel to Vietnam and all that, as long as it's in your means and you're not really going broke doing it, you can have a great time here. Have a home base, travel around the Philippines, travel around Southeast Asia. You can do that. You can save more money here than you could ever save in the U.S. Me, the $2,200 that I have for my monthly expenses, that's my budget. Out of that, I'm saving $300-400 every month. That's more than, I could have ever saved back home. And I'm not even using my full pension amount. It's so easy to save money here. Money, all of a sudden you have that financial freedom. And that's part of the things you have to strive for, to have that happy retirement. You have to avoid the red flags in relationships, man. Don't fall for those love traps. Don't get involved with somebody you don't trust. At first, when you get here, man, is she beautiful. Man, she wants me. Nobody back home wanted me like that. But you'll find out there's a lot of women like that, especially in the bigger cities. They will play you. They'll throw up the red flags. Don't fall for those traps. Going broke or being heartbroken by a girl that scammed you is the quickest way to consider yourself a loser and head back home with a broken heart and bitter about the Philippines. Don't get too involved with the first girl you meet. Get out there and meet some people. Get out there and meet some women. Enjoy your life. Don't get caught in the love trap. And when you do find somebody, build that strong relationship, build a good foundation, have a lot of trust, because once you have trust, I trust Janet explicitly. A lot of guys here in Dumaguete that I know who are in great relationships trust their girlfriend, their wife. There's nothing they don't trust them with. They trust them with their money. They trust them with their health. They trust them with their life. You have to build that trust to have a good, solid relationship here in the Philippines, so you don't worry about every little thing. There's going to be weekends when you want to get away. You're going to get on the motorbike or car or an airplane, and you're going to travel somewhere just to get away, just like going on a fishing trip back home. Nothing wrong with that. But you have to build that trust that you're not worried she's going to be doing anything to harm you or your relationship. It's that trust, you know. And also when she goes back into the deep province to visit family, you have to trust that that's what she's doing and not playing around on you. So trust, you have to I can't say enough in any relationship for you to be happy here in the Philippines or any country in the world, as a matter of fact. You have to build a solid foundation and base it on trust. And let's talk about community. This is the last thing I want to talk about. When I was up in Cebu City, I was sitting down talking to a couple of other expats. One was a blogger, one wasn't. And a gentleman walked by us and he recognized me and he wanted to talk a little bit. And he asked the question, where is there a place where the expats meet? And so I asked him, how long you been here? And he goes, a week. And out of that conversation, I also asked him, what do you love about the Philippines? He goes, I love the people. What do you hate about the Philippines? I hate the people that are trying to scam me all the time, because he hasn't built a community. So I invited him to my meet and greet up at Starbucks on Ella Mall on the 4th level. You'll see a picture of all that here. And he had a great time meeting new people, meeting some new friends. But you have to build a community. You have to build a relationship with somebody that you can talk to. I have friends here in Dumaguete. I have friends up in Cebu. I have friends online. But the community that I've developed here in Dumaguete is very strong. And I feel comfortable with the community I have. We always don't see eye to eye. We differ on a lot of our opinions. But these are guys I could sit down with and trust that my conversation is 1 and 1 or 1 and 2. That it isn't going to be spread around like rumors. And that's what you need, a community of people you can trust, somewhere you can vent things that are going wrong and maybe get some guidance and advice. And when you first get here, you're going to start that community. It's going to be small. It's going to grow fast. And then once it grows fast, you're going to have to whittle it back down to a few that become good friends. And like I tell everybody, and I told you guys many times, you've made great friends back home over years and decades, co-workers, ex-classmates, people you grew up with. You've known them for years, even decades. You come here to the Philippines and you meet me, and after 2 weeks, we're best buddies. You don't even know me that well yet. So build trust in people. Take your time, bringing them into your close inner circle. And remember, you can trust, but you need to verify people sometimes. Trust and verify what they're saying is true. Don't lend money out to foreigners. Foreigners are some of the biggest scammers there are here in the Philippines. Keep your money to yourself. Good friends don't need your money. Good friends just need someone to sit down and have a drink or a cup of coffee with and tell a bad joke. They don't need anything from you other than your friendship and companionship. So build a strong community around yourself. Be involved. If you decide to live somewhere, be involved with the barangay, be involved with the community. Don't be giving charity and buying things for people far away. You can't fix the world, but you can help someone close to where you live. Someone in your community. Think of giving to the church, think of giving to the barangay, and let them distribute the food that you buy or the clothes that you get to the needy. One time, Jan and I were giving out rice, and we put it on the corner in the barangay, and people came by. We said, free rice to people. Well, you know who got that rice? Everybody with a cell phone and a fast motorcycle. An hour and a half later, the ones that came walking, a couple miles to come and get that rice, it was all gone. They were the ones that were most in need. So I've learned to trust the barangay captain and the church to give the food, the clothes, the money to the people who are most in need. So guys, come to the Philippines. Be a winner. We're not all failures here. Most of us win at this game, but you have to develop a great relationship. You have to develop trust. You have to live within your means. You have to build a community around yourself. Some people want to be by themselves. That's fine. But the vast majority of us need community. And community is what's going to help you become a successful expat here in the Philippines. I hope this video came out all right with all the noise. I'll see how good that software is that I'm paying $5 a month for. Until next time, on Mike's Philippine Retirement. We'll see you. Guys, it's very loud here. I wanted to talk to you, and I wanted to come down to the river today. I got some locusts or something up in the trees that are making noise. These bugs always come out when it's rainy or dark clouds like it's going to rain. My new software, I'm hoping we'll get rid of it. We will find out shortly.